Let's mute. Let's mute Impactor. All right. And let's turn up the microphone a little bit. So, this is my first time using, um, it's my first time trying a simulcast thing. And honestly, I don't know if you guys can see it. So, I would appreciate any comments and suggestions, anything. I'm gonna try this like that. I see, supposedly according to this, I have some. One of you is nope, none of you are watching anymore. I think I had a watcher, a viewer on Facebook. Yeah. Anyway, so let me um try to put this a little bit more like to improve the function of this thing. All right. So what this is going to be, it's every week on Tuesdays at noon or 1 p.m. for the English live stream. I'm going to be talking about how I use the iPad for live looping. I'm going to show you the apps I use for a particular set, live looping set, or because I have different sets. I'm going to show you how I connect all the peripherals. Peripherals? Oh my god, I don't know how to speak English. Probably shouldn't be doing this. But anyway, I'm going to show you how I plug like my audio interface, the MIDI fighter, twister, the launch control, and I also have a foot switch, a that I made with an Arduino. I wanted to use a Teensy board, but Teensies are not very easy to come by here in Mexico, and they are a little bit expensive compared to an Arduino. So, this has worked very well. I used it. The first time I used this was in the Y2K Mexico International Live Looping Fest back in 2018. And so it's been functioning for a little bit over a year now. And so I'm going to show you how I plug all of that. The live stream is supposed to start at 1, but let's go ahead and start it. I hope you're watching. If you can see this, I'm gonna try. I don't know if I can. I don't know how to monitor. Sorry about this simulcast thing. It's very new to me, and this is like a test too. So okay. So yeah, I don't know. You can send me a text or something if this isn't working. So yeah, let's go ahead and start. I lost viewers again. Yeah, please. Or you can. Well, I'm using my iPhone camera for these things, so I don't think it's a good idea if you guys call me. But you can send me a message through Messenger, or leave a message in YouTube. So yeah, let's go ahead. First, let's talk about the iPad. To plug anything to the iPad, you need one of this or the newer version. This is like super, super old. That's a camera connection kit, and you just plug a USB cable onto it, and then you can plug the other side to the lightning port on your iPad. And with this other one that I have down here, the one that I'm using right now with my iPad, you can charge the iPad while you're using the USB port as well. So that way you can, use it for very long periods of time. And what I do to be able to connect more than one USB device to my iPad is I use this USB hub. This is a powered USB hub because I don't remember the exact number, the milliamperes number, but Jacob Hack has a very good video on that information of how much power does the iPad give, and it's not enough to power, the MIDI fire twister, the launch control, and sometimes I use a UCA 202 like this one uh, to for my audio interface, and it's not enough. The iPad by itself doesn't provide enough power, so I have to use a power hub, and that makes it that makes everything work together, and uh, that's how I can connect stuff to the iPad. Right now, I'm using a Scarlett 6i6, which doesn't have, it's not bus powered, so you need to plug it to the wall with its adapter, and well, it works pretty well. It's really good, actually. I really like it. And that way, with the audio interface, I can plug a microphone and this noise noise board. Let's call it a noise board. This DIY noise board, it's also plugged to the interface. Now, one of the best apps I've ever got from for the iPad is AUM. AUM is like a virtual mixer where you can load instruments, virtual instruments, and you can also load the interface ins, and you can also use different outs. But you can load the different ins from your interface. I don't think you can see it because the camera's kind of blurry, but this is the list of the ins that I have, which is 1 and 2. 1 and 2 as a stereo one, 1 and 2 as separate ins, 3 and 4 as a stereo in, and 3 and 4 as separate ins. I could also use 5 and 6, but those are digital, the SPDIF or I don't know, something. And I don't have that cable. But yeah, you can also use that with the Scarlett 6i6. And so with this AUM app, which I really recommend if you don't have, you can load all this stuff. And I use for my live looping sets, I use Quantiloop. So everything that I load here, I can send to Quantiloop. Like you can see Bbot, this is the first app I ever got on iOS, like a really, really long time ago. Hey, no, oh, there's a filter in there. This is a synthesizer app that is touch, and it was the first app I saw that used the touch interface to play. So I still love it, and it's real good. I use it mainly for synth, for bass synths, and as you can see, that one goes to Quantiloop. Then I also have GeoShred. This is a guitar modeling app. It was developed together with Jordan Rudess from Dream Theater, and the guys, Moforte, I think, is the company that developed it, are really good. I had a really strange bug, and they even called me to check what was the problem, and we try to figure it out, and they are super nice people. So yeah, and all their apps are really worth it. And I also have Impactor going to Quantiloop. Normally I use a contact microphone to trigger Impactor. Right now I'm going to be using the same microphone that I'm using to speak. That one, my trusty Behringer XM8500. Yeah, and let me unmute it so you can see what happens. Let's unmute it, and then when I hit the microphone or if I speak into the mic, you can hear this synthy noise or synth sound. You can also use like more percussive sounds or something like that. Melodic sounds. It's a really cool app. It's a little tricky sometimes. Like in my case, I don't know if it's just with my iPad or with all um, iOS devices now, but I can only use it. I can only load it in Audiobus. So right now I'm also using Audiobus, where I have um, this Impactor app loaded up. And I have to be very careful how I load it up. First, I have to start Impactor, then open Audibus, load Impactor inside Audibus, go back to Impactor, and then come back to Audibus, and then you can have sound. I don't know why. It's kind of tricky. It took me a while to figure it out, but I really wanted to use Impactor. I have the AAS object. I also have that one, but this one is funner and it's faster than I don't know. I really like it, and it's a synth basically, a synth that you can trigger with noises and with sounds. So yeah, now I have all of that in the noise box. Going to this is not the noise box. This is a noise box, and I have a Reaper sound in there. All of that is going to Quantiloop, which then goes through Tornado, and like see. For example, I have that loop going there. I can destroy the loop using Tornado. And then I have all of that going to RE1, which is a tape delay app, tape delay effect, but also works as a looper. Right now, it's set to record 2 bars and to loop them. So if I press this, I'm going to send everything from Tornado or Quantiloop going through Tornado to RE1, and it's going to record 2 bars. I think that's 2 bars. And then I can stop Quantiloop, and I can turn off all the effects in Tornado, and everything is now recorded to the tape, to RE1. It's a virtual tape. It's really cool. I like this app too because you can touch the tape and it works just like normal tape. So I can, add some strange noises in there. And that way I can transition between ideas when I'm live looping, when I'm improvising. I can transition from one idea to another one when I want to, I don't want to keep going with the same thing, the same loop. Just do something like that, destroy everything through Tornado, record whatever is the results out of that, and loop it in RE1, and then I can start another loop on Quantiloop. I can also do kind of stutter things to the tape, or I can erase it completely, and all of that is controlled with the MIDI Fighter Twister, which is a super good MIDI controller. I would really recommend it. And so those are the apps that I'm using for this particular live looping set. So let's go to what controllers I'm using. Basically, I'm just using MIDI Fighter Twister, which is 16 knob. I have a kind of like a overview video in my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/pedeplay, PEDEPLEI. I pronounce it Pedeplay. You can pronounce it however you want. Pedeplay. It's the same. But yeah, in that channel, I have overview of how I like and how I use these controller. I really like it because basically you can program whatever you want. You can set the knobs to send MIDI notes, CCs, PC program change or control change, and they also double switches. You can push when I sent everything from Tornado to RE1. I just pushed the knob and that acts as a switch, and you can program that switch to send CC or program change or a MIDI note. Like right now, these are they don't send anything. Like when I move or change the parameters in the knob, like you can see that in Tornado, and I can move like that. And if I want to quickly turn off that effect in Tornado, I just push the switch and it resets the switch. So these 8 knobs and switches do that. They just reset. And these 8 knobs at the bottom, they send CCs, and that's how I can control different things in AUM. And well, basically it's just the RU1, and with this ones I control reverb. The reverb stands for all my tracks, and this one is filter for Bebot, and this is filter for Impactor, low pass filter. Yeah, you can see the low pass filter there. And if I move it, it changes the parameters in AUM. And yeah, so I really recommend this one. It's very sturdy, and having the lights, you can have different banks. Like also with launch control, you have different banks. But right now, there's nothing in the launch control telling you that I'm using bank 3. But in this MIDI fighter thing, you can change the colors of the lights, and that way you can remember. Like even you can also have this thing where like you can see this. No, not that one. This one's. I thought I had another one, but yeah. Oh, I think it's this one. Nope, it's not that one. But anyway, I have these controllers which have like shiny LED in the middle of the parameters, so I know that that's the middle. Like sometimes use this for panning, so you can program the controller to do basically pretty much whatever you want. The launch control is awesome as well. The only thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't tell you which bank you're using. So like right now, it's in bank 3. You have to press this and keep it pressed, and then it shows you what memory or bank you are using. But right like that, there's nothing telling me that I'm using bank 3. So that's the only thing I don't like about it, but it's pretty good too. And it's the knobs are just knobs; they don't work as switches, but you have 12 switches. And right now, I am not using this for anything other than this button that controls the global stop for my for Quanti Loop. Global stop, and also like delete. I can clear all my loops, all my tracks. And this guy, the DIY foot switch that I made with Arduino, this one basically just controls the loopers. These 4 switches control the loopers, the 4 loopers. This is 1, this is 2, 3, and 4. And then with this one, I control the reverse on and off for track 4. That's a perforator, which is a gate effect. I can turn it on and off with this one. And this is an in effect that it's Flux Effects designed together with Adrian Blue. And so you can turn it off and on with that switch. I haven't mapped. Sometimes I have this mapped to stop, global stop, but I changed it to this controller, and that's why I'm using it right now. But that's it. So that's how I that's how I do my live looping set, the one that I've been using recently. I like to change constantly, but this one has been a lot of fun, and I've used it for the last 3 months. It's the same one that I used in the International Live Looping Fest, the Y2K International Live Looping Festival in Santa Cruz, California. That was a lot of fun. I got to meet Bill Putnam from Universal Audio, and it was it was really cool for me because I saw him performing, and then when he finished, I saw him like hanging around. I just wanted to talk to him, and he actually remembered me. So he had seen me, and he remembered me, and that was like so cool for me. So yeah, Bill Putnam is a great guy. But now I'm going to show you uh, this thing, the whole set in action. So if you guys don't know what live looping is, basically I will record loop. I will record something and it will loop, and then I will record something on top of that. So everything you will hear for the next 15 minutes or so, probably 20, it's going to be totally live. And there are no samples. Everything, nope, no samples. Geoshreds are not samples, it's real-time synthesis or physical modeling. And there are no samples also. I don't know if this one. No, this is synthesis too, so no samples. I've always wanted to say that. There are no samples used in this recording. So, yeah, let me mute the microphone, and I'm going to turn on Impactor, which I'm going to be playing with the microphone that I'm speaking to right now. So, thank you very much for watching. And if you want to support this channel and this project in general, you can donate through my PayPal account to it's paypal.me/pedeplay, PEDEPLEI. Or you can also check out my Patreon page. Anyway, I don't want to. I'll talk about that after this. So let's start this. Turn off the microphone. So, oh, let's mute this. Yep. So that's my live looping rig and my set in AUM. Yeah, let's cut all the filter and the reverb. Okay, so I hope you found this useful. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that, um, I hope to see you here again next week on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you very much for watching. Tell your friends, and if you have a chance, please check out my Patreon page, and you can get some rewards in there, like music. There's one tier where you can even get an hour every month, where I can show you, like, if you have any questions, I can show you how to set up your iPad for music creation and whatever you want to do, live looping, or just, if you have seen any of my other videos and you have questions about that, we can talk about it too. So basically, whatever you want to do. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be here next week, same time, and hope to see you here. Have a good day.